Hi, welcome to 5th grade and welcome to the middle school. My name is Mrs Lupold. I am both the science teacher in 5th grade and the team leader. What I'd like to do in my video is share some overall ideas and occurrences in 5th grade and then talk specifically about science. So let's talk about 5th grade in general. Now I know it is nerve-wracking coming to 5th grade. But there are a lot of things about 5th grade that will be similar and familiar to you. We'll have the same subjects, math, ELA, science, and social studies. You'll use an agenda for your assignments like you may have done in the past. You'll have lunch, recess, you can bring a water bottle. We'll have a positive behavior system. So those things are familiar to you. And really in 4th grade, maybe you were used to seeing 4 teachers in 4th grade. Well, there are 4 teachers in 5th grade. So I think a lot of that will feel the same. But it's true, there are a lot of differences coming to 5th grade. So coming to a new building is different. Having a locker and a locker combination is different. And so we recognize those differences and we embrace our first few weeks of school to help you fall into a comfort zone with those things. So speaking of those locks and lockers, that's always the biggest thing in 5th grade. We'll take a lot of time the first 2 weeks of school to show you how to open your locker combination lock, how the locker works, and we'll teach you how to do that, and we'll give you plenty of time to get comfortable with that. And everybody figures out how to open their locker combination on their lock. So don't worry. You know, one of the other differences that you'll notice this year is that the 4 teachers each teach their own subject and you see everyone every day. So you'll see me for a science period, you'll see Mrs. Tusluski for social studies, Mr. Venna for math, and Mrs. Wisnowski for ELA. And what also could be different is that the length of time you have those classes. So this year you'll have both science and social studies each and every day. And you know what? I am super excited because I have science for 1 hour. 1 hour. I'm really excited about that. So that could be a little bit of a difference. Now, our lunch this year is early. Boys and girls, moms and dads, aunts and uncles, breakfast is important, but lunch you need to know is at 10:30. That is super early. And so what we want you to know is that if you would like to bring a snack for the afternoon, you are more than welcome to do that. Should be something neat, something tidy that you can eat at your seat, or maybe you can eat if we're taking a break in the afternoon, because from lunch to the end of the day is a long time and your bodies use a lot of energy to learn. So bringing a snack for the afternoon would be a really good thing, and that might be something new. Boys and girls, a water bottle is also very important. There aren't any water fountains that you are able to use in school, so hydration is important. Please bring a water bottle. So those are some pretty big differences, I think. Now, for Unified Arts, this could be a little different for you. You will have Unified Arts every day. And as in fact, that's how we start our day. We'll have Phys Ed, and that'll be similar because it's still Mrs. Trometer. We have Art, that'll be familiar because it will still be Mrs. Brown. But then we have a computer class, we have music, we have STEM, which stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and we also have guidance. So I think it's kind of nice to know that you're starting the day that way. Now, of course, I think the biggest difference that we need to be aware of are the things that we'll be doing in school to stay healthy and to stay safe amid this coronavirus pandemic. And every teacher will probably share with you this information in their video. But boys and girls, it's so important and it's worth hearing over and over again. So one of the big things that we're doing to keep you safe is that you will stay in your homeroom all day. And the teachers will come to you. Unified Arts will come to you, Science will come to you, math, and so forth. So that's important for you to know, that you won't be moving around the building very much at all. We will be making sure that we are cleaning and sanitizing, and you are disinfecting your hands and washing your hands during the day multiple times. We're going to become very aware of our personal space and our distance and our presence, because keeping a space barrier is important for keeping each and every one of us healthy. And of course, masks. We'll be wearing masks in school all day long, no matter how close or how far away we are from one another, unless you're having that snack, you're eating lunch, or we're on a designated mask break. And so I think that's important, that masks will be worn all day long. So maybe you could practice a bit. I know it's taking me a little bit of practice to get used to my mask all day long. So overall, there are differences from fourth grade and there are similarities. But as a teacher who's been in fifth grade for a little bit now, I see fifth grade as a year of growth and a year of change. You will change physically during the school year. You might get taller. You might lose some teeth. Maybe you're going to get braces. Maybe you get glasses in fifth grade. So we have all these physical growth changes that happen, and they're exciting. There are a lot of social changes that happen in fifth grade, and you pick new social groups, or you come up with new friends, and you find people who are trustworthy. And so we have that growth, that you're expanding your circle, or you're really defining what a good friend is. But I think for me, the most important changes that I see are the changes in your learning skills and your skills in your ability to learn information. I've always said that fifth grade is a year where you learn to become an independent learner. But you know, with the coronavirus and being a little bit out of school last year, maybe you've already learned to be independent with your online learning. Sometimes students come to us in fifth grade and they are already very independent. But our role in fifth grade is to help you build new strategies and new skills to become an independent learner and to be equipped to learn the rest of your life. And to me, that is so super exciting. So I look forward to meeting each and every one of you as you come to fifth grade, whether you come in person or whether you come virtually and I can see you on the screen. It's going to be a great year. Now, let's shift a little bit to science. So you might be able to tell this is the science room, mostly because of Susie and Calvin back there. So I thought I would show you the science classroom. So come on, take a walk with me. Let's see what science looks like. So boys and girls, the science classroom has a lot of science decor in it. And you're going to find as I take you around the room that this is a very large classroom. We have fabulous science tables that are equipped with electricity and drawers, and they are just fantastic. As you can see, clear to the back, there are lots of spaces between our tables, and it's a very large room. We've got great storage in the back. We have these beautiful science tables. We have lots of storage off to the side. Some of it is specialized. Some of it is just good old school stuff. But that's our science classroom, kind of coming back to the beginning here. Now, I hate to break it to you, but not all of you are going to be here for science, just my homeroom. So the students who are in my homeroom will have science in this classroom, but everybody else, I'll come to you. And if this really were school, I probably wouldn't look like this. I will definitely be looking like this. So boys and girls, if I'm getting ready for my day, this is what I'm going to look like to you each and every day when I teach you science. Here it is. So let me share a little bit of information with you about science and my philosophy of science. It's a big change from fourth grade. In the past, what your teachers have done is they've built your science knowledge. And sometimes you learn information and you memorize it and then you show that you know that. And that's important because we need to build knowledge as a base. But my philosophy of science and my goal this year is to teach you to work like a scientist or think like a scientist. Because science is a way of thinking, it's a way of uncovering new information, and it's a way of looking at the world. So our goal in 5th grade is to learn to analyze and think and question, and hopefully I can encourage you to grow in your curious capacity. So that's a little bit different. Now, we will build knowledge and we'll build science practice this year. So knowledge is content. We'll learn about plants, we'll learn about animal adaptations, we'll learn about DNA and genetics and how you got your traits. But we'll also learn science practice. How do you experiment to learn something new? How do you go through the engineering process to solve a problem? That'll be part of 5th grade science as well. And I base my year on the life of a scientist. Scientists ask questions to learn. They take notes of what they see. They draw the process they tried to use. And they do that in their personal notebook. And so, boys and girls, on the materials list that came home, I asked for you, for science, to get a composition book. This composition book can be marbled, it can be any color of your choice, or it can have any kind of design on the front cover that you like. But what's really important about this is that it's a composition book that does not have a spiral binding. So you're used to agendas that have a spiral binding. I really don't want you to have that for science, and here's why. They don't hold up. Composition books that are sewn together on the inside with a piece of string hold up to the life of a 5th grade science student. So you need one of these for science. You might need some for another class. Just make sure they look different so it's easy for you to see which is your science notebook. I'm going to call this your science journal because all scientists have it. It's your personal notebook, and in this notebook, we will learn to take notes in different styles. You'll be recording ideas. Maybe you'll be writing an essay. Maybe you'll be drawing a diagram. And all this practice and technique that we use will help you to become a better thinker. And so I asked you to get some other materials as well. I asked you to get some colored pencils. You can bring them in a box of any style, a pouch, whatever you want. But a pack of colored pencils is essential in science. It's also pretty good to have some highlighters, glue sticks, along with a pair of scissors are the basics. If you wanted to have a ruler, that would be great, but it's kind of optional. And here's why I'm asking you to get these things. When we use your journal, we're using this journal to record ideas. And we're trying to do things that help your brain to remember and make connections. So color, diagramming, doodling, highlighting are all important techniques to help us learn information. And it also makes your journal a little bit of a work of an art. So a journal page might look something like that. Or boys and girls, maybe we're doing something and we're making a foldable and we need flaps for notes. So if you can, colored pencils, highlighters, glue stick, and scissors. And if you need some help and you're missing some of those things, I'm sure I can help you out as the year goes on. So science is very interactive in that it is a thinking and a questioning and a discussion. We'll learn how to research. We'll use a lot of technology, whether we are out with virtual learning or in the classroom. We'll try to use some different technology platforms just because they work really well with science. So that's sort of science in a nutshell. There'll be quizzes along the way. You might have a test along the way. You might be writing an essay. You might be making a diagram, maybe you'll be making a video, all sorts of ways for you to show me what you're learning this year. I am so terribly excited to be back to be able to teach you science, whether I see you in the classroom or I see you like this. I'm so looking forward to our year in 5th grade science. I will see most of you very soon.